Hi everyone, I hope you are all well. Most of you know me already, but for those who don't, my name is Mirka and I'm the founder of Beauty by Mirka. I have been in the beauty industry for the past 10 years and I have been asked by some of the students whether I would be able to create a video working with layers. So I have created this video especially for you guys so you can see how do I work with the layers, and I've been working on my beautiful client Sarah, and I was doing individual eyelash extensions on her. So I hope you're gonna enjoy this video and thank you so much for watching.
Before you start eyelash extensions, you have to make sure that all lashes are nicely sat on the gel pad and all the bottom lashes are securely underneath the gel pad. If for some reason some of the bottom lashes are poking out, you can apply micropore tape on the area just to hold those couple of lashes down. So I'm going to show you how to do it. You can just take small amount of the micropore tape. You're going to lift the area where you can see the bottom lashes poking out. So just imagine there are some bottom lashes and you can just place the micropore tape on the area just to hold the bottom lashes down. If the gel pad is not applied correctly in the inner corner, because we need to get into those lashes as well, we can also apply micropore tape on the area just to hold that gel pad down. So I'm just going to stick a little bit of the micropore tape there as well, and it's going to be easier for me to reach those lashes in the inner corner. So this is what I would do. I would just apply micropore tape here just to make sure that it's holding the gel pad there securely. And I need all my lashes out. Another trick when it comes to the inner corner lashes would be with micropore tape, where we can just take the micropore tape again and pull the inner corner towards to the outer corner. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So we're going to stick the micropore tape here. Okay, and when I pull, those inner corner lashes open up really nicely and it would be easier to work with the inner corners, as you can see. Before you apply any eyelash extensions, it's good if you can do some mapping. So I'm gonna be using this pen. It's a London Lash and this is specialized for mapping. So if I'd go from inner corner all the way to the outer corner, and what we normally do on Sarah, we normally do the squirrel eye. So I'm just making sure all the lashes are out. Okay, so that means exactly in this area for the squirrel eye, this area should be the longest lashes. And the way we're gonna find out what are the longest lashes for her would be by measuring how long is her natural eyelash in this area. So my client would like quite natural set. She would like slightly longer. So I do not want to go into extreme, but I would apply really long lashes. As I would recommend, we should really apply 2 to 3 millimeter longer lashes than the natural lash. So I'm just going to grab one of the extensions. So for you to imagine what I'm really talking about is, on purpose, I'm gonna grab quite small lash. So let's imagine this one is length 7. As you can see, length 7, it's really, really short. We would like slightly longer. It's not point of doing 8 because we know 8 would be slightly longer than 7. Maybe we can try length 10 to see if that's kind of lash what we would like on Sarah. So length 10, it's very similar length of Sarah's lashes, and that's what we don't want because we would like slightly longer. So we're going to try maybe 12. Remember to compare those lashes, I am not using the glue, okay? So just to compare them, length 12, it's slightly longer than her natural lash. I'm gonna try 13 as well to see which one would be better for my client. Length 13 seems to me quite long. I think I know Sarah. She wouldn't be happy with that length because I know she likes quite natural. So I know that length 12 would be really nice for her in this area, and that's the longest part when I do squirrel look for my client. We need to start with the shortest lashes in here and gradually go slightly higher, and we know in this area we're going to be using length 12, and then again we're going to drop down on the sizes. So we're going to continue from 12, we're going to go down to 11, 10 and maybe 9. So let's get started. If we work with the thickness of our client's lashes, we have to recognize what would be nice thickness of the extension for our client without damaging their natural lashes. As you know, some of our lashes are really thin. For example, those baby lashes are quite thin, and some of them are quite thick. For example, this one, it's the thickest lash what I can see on my client. So when I'm choosing eyelash extensions, and if you are the beginner, you might be thinking whether 0.12, 0.15s or 0.18s even are nice and safe for your client. So I'm going to show you a little trick how you can recognize it. I've got 0.12 when it comes to the thickness. I've got that in my hand. So just imagine that I'm going to apply the whole 0.12 for my client. So this extension is without glue. I'm just going to compare 0.12 on my client's eyes. As you can see, it's just slightly thicker than her natural lash, if not kind of the same thickness. So for my client, if she does want to have it quite noticeable, it's quite okay to be using 0.15s on her as well. So I'm going to show you how that 0.15 looks like. So I've got 0.15, and as you can see, it is slightly thicker than her natural eyelash, and I'm very happy with this thickness. I know those lashes are not going to damage my client's natural lashes. If we were going for thicker, like for example 0.20, that would be too thick for her natural lashes. So if you are a beginner and if you are unsure what is kind of non-damaging for your client's natural lashes, feel free just to grab different thicknesses, different lengths of the lashes, and try to place them next to her natural lashes just to try it on what would be nice and secure. But I have chosen in this area, like I mentioned, it would be 12 in the length and 0.15s all over on my client's lashes. If you see any of the bottom lashes and my client would like quite a thick set, you can apply on slightly thinner lashes and shorter lashes. You can apply eyelash extensions as well. For example, this one. Let me just get it. So that would be quite nice and secure to apply extension on this one as well. But you may need to use slightly thinner lash and shorter lash. So don't be afraid to be mixing thickness, curls and length. So as you can see, I have done mapping for my client. I'm going for a squirrel look, and we start with the length of 7 all the way up to 12, where is the longest lashes, and then we're gonna drop down on the sizes down to 10. When you work with the layers, what you can do, you can either take another gel pad and hold the lashes up like so. You're gonna hold the lashes up, and all the first layer would come through. Okay, eventually you can just help yourself with the tweezers and separate that bottom layer so it's easier for you to work with it. And once the first layer is done, you're going to be using those lengths. When this layer is done, you can hold this first layer down with another gel pad, and then you can just separate the second layer eventually. If you want, you can use the micro pour tape instead of a gel pad if it's easier for you to do so. If you'd like to separate the layers with the micro pour tape, you can use the micro pour tape also, but make sure that you get rid of the stickiness a little bit. So you're gonna apply the micro pour tape on top of your client's hand to get rid of the stickiness, and like this, you can hold the lashes back and all of the first layer will come out. So we stack the lashes up, and now we can just gently separate the first layer from the lashes. Like this, it's going to be so much easier to be working with layers. And just like that, you can now start your set. So you can either start from the inner corner or you can start with the outer corner. It's completely up to you. So I'm just gonna follow the length what I pre-written. I'd like my lashes all facing at 90 degrees. So I'm just gonna follow the 90 degree from the eyelid. So those lashes will be facing there, those lashes will be facing there, those lashes here, and the inner corner lashes would be facing there. Do not get confused with the natural lash if it's bent different direction. As you can see, my extension is attached only by the root and the extension is going different direction. If this extension would follow the natural lash, the set is gonna look quite messy. So if some of the natural lash will be facing different direction, you can just easily change the direction with your extension. So now I have done my first layer and I'm gonna continue with my second layer. So you can gently unstick the micro pour tape. So once I've got my first layer done, I just cut the gel pad, new gel pad, in half so I can see my guide. and I just literally stack the first layer underneath the gel pad, as you can see. Okay, and now I'm going to do the second layer. When you do second layer and you do the same curl as your first layer, which is recommended unless the lash will be different curl, I would recommend to drop down on the size, because that second layer is slightly higher than the first layer. So if here we've got length 10, we would like to use length 9 in here. With 11 we would be using length 10, with 12 we would be using length 11, and so on. I can see some really short lashes in this area where it's 12. Because I'm on a second layer, I should be using length 11. But due to those short lashes, I don't want to be using length 11, otherwise that's going to be really heavy for these tiny lashes. So I'm just going to drop down on sizes and I'm going to play it safe, and I would rather use length 8. When I separated first layer from the second layer, I noticed that sometimes I can see slightly higher lashes. It's not exactly the third layer, but it's somewhere in between the second and third layer. So what's gonna happen if you're gonna apply lashes only 1 millimeter shorter than what I said to apply it in the second layer? Those lashes would be slightly longer. So in this area, for example, if the first layer is the length of 11, which is underneath those pads, those lashes, which is the second layer, needs to be 1 step shorter, but like mentioned already. So these lashes are length 10. But I can see some of the lashes, but they are sitting slightly higher up. So they are not exactly second layer, but they are slightly higher up. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna apply length 10 in this area, but I'm gonna apply length 9. Okay, so we've done second layer. We can again stick those lashes underneath the gel pad, and then we can do the third layer. This time we are going to do 2 millimeters shorter, unless you are changing the curl. So I've used C curl with the second and first and second layer, and if I was changing the curl, then I can do different length. So instead of 10, 9, 8, I could be doing, for example, 10, 9, 7.